Thursday, July 24, 2025, began like any other summer morning in Clearwater, Florida. The sun cast its familiar golden glow over the coastal city, but by midday, that light would feel dimmed for millions around the world. Professional wrestling legend Terry Bollea, better known as Hulk Hogan, died on Thursday at the age of 71 at his home in Clearwater, Florida. Hulk Hogan, known for his long career as a professional wrestler in the WWE, has died after suffering a sudden cardiac arrest on July 24th. The man who once asked, "What ya gonna do when Hulkamania runs wild on you?" had fought his final battle, not in the squared circle, but against the relentless march of time and the toll that decades of entertainment had taken on his body. A heartfelt message was posted to Hulk Hogan's official Instagram account on July 24th, confirming the death of the wrestling icon at age 71. The statement, shared by his family, read, "It is with a heavy heart and deep sadness that we confirm we have lost a legend." The wrestling world had lost its most recognizable ambassador. Hulk Hogan, who took pro wrestling mainstream in the 1980s while becoming one of the most recognizable celebrities of his generation, has died at 71. His impact transcended the wrestling ring, making him a household name who bridged the gap between sports entertainment and mainstream pop culture. As news spread across social media and news outlets, tributes began pouring in from every corner of the entertainment world. J.D. Vance shared an emotional tribute, writing, "The last time I saw him we promised we'd get beers together next time we saw each other. The next time will have to be on the other side, my friend. Rest in peace." The wrestling community mourned the loss of their biggest star. Hulk Hogan, the star who took professional wrestling to the national mainstream and became the biggest money-making draw in the history of the industry, died Thursday at the age of 71. His influence on the sport was immeasurable. He wasn't just a wrestler, he was wrestling's ambassador to the world. Behind the larger-than-life persona was a man whose body had paid the ultimate price for entertainment. Years of body slams, chair shots, and high-impact moves had taken their toll. The 24-inch pythons that once seemed invincible had been weakened by time and the cumulative damage of a career spent throwing his body around for the entertainment of millions. Hulk Hogan, who died early Thursday at 71 of apparent cardiac arrest, was one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time. Even now, decades removed from his apex as a performer, Hogan remains the art form's single most iconic cultural presence. His death serves as a stark reminder of the physical sacrifices made by professional wrestlers. While fans cheered his signature leg drop and celebrated his victories, few understood the long-term consequences of such physical punishment on the human body. Terry Bollea was the face of pro wrestling as the entertainment form took off in the 1980s. But his influence extended far beyond wrestling rings. He starred in movies, had his own reality TV show, and became a cultural icon whose catchphrases were known by people who had never watched a wrestling match. His transformation from the all-American hero Hulk Hogan to the villainous Hollywood Hogan in the 1990s showed his ability to reinvent himself and remain relevant across different eras of entertainment. He understood that in show business, evolution wasn't just an option, it was. Away from the cameras and crowds, Terry Bollea was a complex figure who experienced both tremendous highs and devastating lows. His personal life was often as dramatic as his wrestling storylines, filled with legal battles, family struggles, and public controversies that tested his resilience time and time again. Yet through it all, he maintained his connection to the fans who had supported him for decades. Even in his final years, he continued to make appearances, sign autographs, and engage with the wrestling community that had made him a legend. WWE Hall of Famer and former champion Hulk Hogan has died at the age of 71. His championship reigns and main event matches were just the visible symbols of a much deeper impact. He proved that professional wrestling could capture the imagination of mainstream America, paving the way for the global entertainment empire that wrestling has become today. His feuds with Andre the Giant, Macho Man, Randy Savage, and countless others weren't just matches, they were cultural moments that brought families together around television sets and created memories that lasted lifetimes. Hulk Hogan is the third celebrity to die this week since Monday, adding to what has been a particularly difficult week for the entertainment world. His death marks not just the loss of a wrestling legend, but the end of an era, the final chapter of the golden age of professional wrestling that defined the 1980s and 1990s. As emergency responders arrived at his Clearwater home that Thursday morning, they encountered a scene that was tragically different from the countless arenas where Hulk Hogan had triumphed. There would be no dramatic comeback, no last-minute rescue, no referee counting to 3 before a miraculous kickout at 2 7/8. This time, the count was final. Wrestling legend Hulk Hogan has died at 71 years old, and with his passing, the wrestling world has lost not just a performer, but an icon whose influence will be felt for generations to come. Though Hulk Hogan's physical presence has left this world, his impact on popular culture, professional wrestling, and the lives of countless fans will endure. He showed us that heroes could be flawed, that villains could be compelling, and that entertainment could bring people together across all boundaries. The bell has tolled for the Hulkster, but Hulkamania, that indefinable energy that captured the hearts and imaginations of millions, that will run wild forever. His story reminds us that behind every larger-than-life character is a human being with dreams, struggles, and ultimately, mortality. Terry Jean Bollea may have passed away, but Hulk Hogan's legend will live on in the hearts of those who believed in the power of training, prayers, and vitamins. Rest in peace, Hulkster. Thank you for the memories, the excitement, and for showing us that sometimes, even in our darkest moments, a hero can emerge to inspire us all. What ya gonna do now that Hulkamania has run its final course? We're gonna remember, celebrate, and carry forward the legacy of one of entertainment's greatest legends.